Welcome to this episode of our painting tutorial series, Painting the Talisman Sabre Way, where we cover how to paint your 3D printed terrain in order to match our fully painted cave sets. In this episode, we'll be painting cave walls, which are available in our cave packs and expansion sets. These walls will fit in perfectly in any cavern-themed layout, but you'll have to paint your own, because these ones are mine. To paint your cave walls, you'll need the following paints, or their nearest equivalents based on what may be available to you in your locale. A flat black primer, and the following Deco Art Americana colors: zinc, evergreen, deep burgundy, khaki tan, light sage, and a clear matte varnish. You'll also want to have the same colors used to paint the cave hexes from our previous video, namely Hauser Dark Green, Thicket, and Sea Glass. After applying the black primer to the terrain, you'll begin by applying a heavy dry brush coating of the zinc color to the walls. Remember, effective dry brush coatings involve getting paint only onto the raised surfaces of the terrain and leaving the recessed areas the darker undercoat color. With a smaller clean dry brush, we will now apply a selective dry brush coating of the deep burgundy color to various portions of the wall piece. The intent of this coating is to add color variation to the walls based on different minerals which might make up the rocky composition. You only need a few sections to be dry brushed in this color, so pick a few features you like and get painting. Following the same process as in the last step, we will now do another selective dry brush application, this time using the evergreen color to highlight other sections of the cave walls. These sections can be adjacent to the burgundy sections or entirely separated. It's completely up to you how to add this color variation to your wall pieces. We will now apply a general dry brush coating of khaki tan over the entire piece. This color helps bring the base and accent colors together into one unified terrain piece before we apply the final highlight color. Remember, when dry brushing, get enough paint off the brush onto that paper towel so as to leave the undercoats visible and only highlight the raised edges of the terrain piece. As a final highlight coating, do a light dry brush application of the light sage color over the entire piece, which should really help bring out the raised edges and complete the cave wall look. Now we will begin painting the floor sections of the terrain pieces by following the same steps as those contained in our previous video on painting cave tiles. With a smaller clean dry brush, we'll apply a heavy dry brush coating of the Hauser Dark Green color to the floor portions of the tiles, trying to avoid getting any of the dark green back onto our newly painted wall sections. apply the highlight coating of the thicket color paint to the floor tiles. Again, taking care to avoid getting paint on our walls and leaving the base colors still visible beneath. Lastly, we'll apply a very light highlight coat of the sea glass color to the tops of all the tiles, making sure again to avoid the wall sections as you paint this last highlight step. Once complete, spray your terrain with a clear matte varnish, set up your favorite cave scenario, and enjoy.